All right, I am live. I'm Tim Lumberg. You're aspiring artist. Um, and welcome to my stream. So for a while now, I've been saying that I would be a little bit more regular on my schedule and also do the wax poetic on some Dan Moore stuff and do a Superman drawing and all that jazz. And I haven't, and I'm gonna show you why today and kind of work on my page for the day. So uh you can see on the I have a page with Thanos on there and Proxima and stuff like that, Marvel characters. So I'm putting this out in the universe. So I which is risky, I guess, but it will help me not let my um imposter syndrome get the better of me and back out. So I'm gonna stick to it. So what I'm going to work on today is some pages from an Avengers comic to get myself ready for submitting some stuff to Marvel directly. I got tickets to New York City Comic Con, my first large con that I'm going to, so I'm pretty excited about that. And I'm going to try to get some Marvel like specific stuff ready, so not just work on my own indie comic pages, but some Marvel stuff, and then and move beyond just like what I've been drawing in the hour where it's just like a certain character and stuff like that. So today I'll be working on a page. You can see the first one that I have mostly done here. There are some things I'll probably change. Panel two's background I might um do some different things with. It's a little flat for me right now. And then the last two panels there was no background in there yet, but otherwise I'm pretty pleased with some of the stuff that I got there. And then just to show you a little bit of the process of it, I'll do the quick replay as it goes. You can see like when I'm setting up a page, deciding what I'm going to do, like it's just really marker style, thick, different ideas of throwing a page together. So there's not like a lot of details. It's really rough and ugly and everything like that. But that's, again, I'm just thumbnailing out like maybe some different ideas until I kind of like something. And then I'll go over and pencil and be like, okay, I think that's good and stuff like that. So anyway, you can see kind of that in progress. Um, and then the page that I'm going to be working on today, shifting gears, we got some heroes for hire, taking out um, some thugs and everything like that, stopping a heist in a warehouse where the bad guys are stealing like laser weapons or something, some high tech guns, that kind of thing. Um, and again, same kind of thing here. As I got started, real rough. Just drawing different things, moving panels around, trying to figure out what I might want to do with the script and everything like that. That might be different, trying different angles, stuff like that. So same kind of thing, and then you build on top. I'm building on top of that and everything like that. As far as like where I got the script from and everything like that, Marvel's got this awesome book out. This one's script to page and everything like that. I was careful. Like, as soon as I got it, I started shoving napkins in every page to block art. So when I opened a page, I can shift the napkin to like block the art because I didn't want to be like subliminally, subconsciously, whatever you want to say, um, uh, affected or why the art that was done for the comic. I want to like be like I'm creating my own page myself. So, but anyway, all right. So here, where am I? Where am I at here? So the way I'm setting up this page, the way it reads is there's this part right here where oh, see, I should have this. Da da da. Anyway, they want to get an emphasis that the all the characters that are part of the Heroes for Hire kind of show off their powers, right? So the way I kind of wanted to do that was in the second panel here have the three of them together, right? You got Luke Cage, Power Man, and then White Tiger. I wanted to have them in a group shot, fighting the thugs and everything like that. And then the next three panels would be each one. So you'll have, um, let's see, put the rough up. In the third panel, White Tiger doing something that's a kick pose there, but I might change that. That's the one I'm not super confident with. And then Power Man, and then Luke Cage. And then the other thing, the fourth and final panel is, I wanted to show, again, the whole idea of this page is showing everyone's powers, giving you any reader an idea of what these guys are all about. That, Luke can take the shots from those weapons. They hurt, they sting, but they're not gonna take them out or anything like that. So that's kind of like the gist of the page. Um, so I'm gonna just keep going to work. I think I will dive into the Luke Cage. What was that second to last panel? What was that panel 5? Yeah. Next. Um, and then I'm gonna I'll work my way up. I still got in panel 2 one of the plunderers fix some faces a little bit. I got a little bit extra detailing still to wrap up some of the top two, but that's like let's go. So, all right. I'm gonna start with pencil go so that I am not making such a mess that I have to sort through later. But here we go. All right. Look how terrible those feet are. Anyway, let's start playing with this Luke Cage pose where I haven't even decided, is he like slamming the guy down, like holding him with a grip, or is he punching him down? I haven't decided yet. I'll work on that hand when I get to it. A couple options there. But one of the things with this pose that I really wanted to accomplish was hips turning like kind of like one way and the shoulders another way, right? So showing that like some have some dynamic energy. If you've done any martial arts or anything like that, like they talk about like some pistoning, push pull is a thing that in taekwondo and stuff like that they talk about a lot, at least in the classes I took around for generating power. So I kind of wanted that push pull like kind of concept in that as I was building out Luke Cage's pose. Obviously a lot of experience uh in fights. So all right, let's play with some Luke Cage. Get rid of my arrows here. All right. Luke Cage is a character who and you can kind of see up here in this page and then down here. I love him because he's like super bulky, but I also got to be careful. Like I don't want to like overly bulky him. He's not the Hulk or anything like that, right? He's not quite like he's not Juggernaut. Um, I have a similar thing with Colossus sometimes, where like I want to like yeah and like bulk, but you gotta like stay true to the like what is the character. So it's but it's fun to play with. Like I like that having a little bit of play there. Like what am I? How do I want him to look? So I guess Thor can be like that too sometimes, right? How like Thor's a big dude, strong, but the neck and head placement's gonna be interesting with this pose. I'm gonna have to revisit that probably a couple times to get it in a spot where I'm like where I like it. Luke has that big belt, so that belt's probably gonna be up a little higher on him. He's got like I don't want to say it's like pulled up high, but he kind of is. The other thing with doing Luke is that he's not wearing like that traditional spandex, right? So like you got to make sure that a superhero's wear. You got to make sure that you get some of the folds and creases uh in the shirt and in the pants and everything like that. So I don't like that. Hmm, don't like that. Alrighty. But let's keep playing. Just keep playing with it. Hmm. 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 Awful. Sorry, I describe my art often. It's not awful. Uh, Someday I'll get to the point maybe where I'm like, it's pretty good. But today is not that day. Hmm. The other thing about me working on these pages like this close to Comic Con and everything like that, is that one this is like kind of what is that one they're more recent stuff, so hopefully some of my best, but also like um gives me some mental training on like on deadlines, right? Like I got a deadline, I got to be there at a certain time, right? So um and I think that's like really important, my ability to stay on task and everything, and come down into my new being renovated studio, so I have one, um so that I'm like I'm on point, staying on task, and can meet whatever deadlines as necessary, which is good for me also. Like there's so much about I think being a professional artist that I have to learn. Beside like the craft is obviously a big part of it, like clear that maybe probably the most important thing and everything like that, but there's certainly I'm sure a lot to learn um around the business model as well. And like my background is in like people leadership and sales performance driving and stuff like that, not you know this. So now, question is on this left hand, right? He's smashing down with the right. He's got that. Do I have it just as a fist, like, or do I want to have it open? Everything like that. Like sometimes, like the the easy thing is like, oh, I'll just make it a fist. But then I don't sometimes I feel like I'm like cheating. I'm not like trying different things to like make myself a little bit better. And so should I do, something where it's like open hand and you know, like he's doing something else. Especially since like if you look up in here, this panel here, his hand, he's holding on to a guy, right? So it wasn't like he had a fist before, so he obviously let go of that guy. So maybe I have it open. The one thing that I'm trying to do in this page is have the action make sense from panel to panel. So which obviously, so like if his hand was open there, squeezing someone's hand, he like let go of them, then it should maybe be a little bit open. So that's what I'll probably do. Similarly with White Tiger, you see, all right, she's kicking with her right leg, so then she lands, and then boom, might swing uh her left leg around to follow up, right? You're doing a combo, right? So anybody did my boom, you're doing boom, boom, right? And then with Power Man, right, you got your punch, and then you smash down. So I'm trying to like have the action, like how would like if I'm like directing like a movie or something like that, like is there flow that makes sense to the action that we have on the page. So I want the readers to be able to like feel that. So that'll probably end up being open after all as I'm like talking through it. So and then maybe I'll even have, I didn't plan on this, the guy in the background like kneeling like oh my arm like or something. I don't know. But that might make sense. Get this goatee going. Again, right? I'm still in the pretty rough stage here, right? I'm not getting super tight or anything like that. Like my whether or not I go get like stay loose until inks or get more tight on the pencils kind of depends on the drawing and like really how confident I am in that picture, like that piece. But again, one of the benefits of digital is even with ink I can be like okay, and like if I don't like it I can pull it back in and um, keep going and redo it or stuff like that. So no, I do have to do a stream one day where I'm going pencil to paper, just because I sometimes miss the feel of pencil to paper. Um, now it's jeans here. We gotta make sure I get the seam at some point where I want it. Now that I'm thinking about it, pocket, back pocket showing there probably somewhere up here, and then some seam. Hmm. Hmm. It's probably gonna be pretty wrinkled, right? Bend of the leg, jeans or again, not spandex, right? Same thing down here. Going into that knee. Probably had that calf a little too tight, like not long enough. Mm. I'll have to figure out this foot. It won't look like that, I'll tell you that much. But I'll have to figure that out too. Can't skip out on the feet. Within reason. There's like a few different versions of like Luke Cage's arm gauntlets there. Like runs just the single bands like he wore like for most 80s and stuff like that. And then there's the ones with that like some kind of glowy things on there and everything like that. I like them just the big three-ringed metal like bands like himself, but I don't know. If I open that hand up, then it would be like he's slamming that guy down, maybe. So maybe I will make that open and then adjust that second panel. We'll see what I got time for, but that might be the like have this hand open and then open that hand. So that's like the guy he's grabbing. Yeah. And then yeah, like I love that. I'm digging the idea of like the guy back here holding his is he is in pain like and then I'll just warehouse boxes around them like so. And then like one thing with the thugs the plunderers thugs that I like to do is they very much got like the underwear on the outside look. Just classic superhero villain. So, with all of them, same kind of thing. Like, just really generic super villain thugs and stuff like that. I just thought, that'd be fun way to do it. So have them kind of, but and then from a color perspective, I figure the pants would be like that, the dark blue, and the top would be like the white. I'm gonna have to figure out his right arm over here, some like somewhere. Be a little long. Wow. Well, oh, man. Probably just be like a little bit of a hand. I also got to decide, do I want like motion lines like I don't know. Do I really need them? Probably not. I did want the motion lines up here because I want like you'll see like you know I'm not that familiar with this Power Man to be honest, so I had to like look him up and everything like that. And like like the depictions I saw, like he had like the energy like bubbles like all around, so I thought it'd be cool to have like those energy bubbles trail from like his action. So I specifically wanted the motion lines in there. This one too, in this panel, because I am going to move up here for a little bit, as I'm starting to see the page come together. Um, is I got to figure out where I'm going to put like the 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 thug, the henchman. Um, like do I'm flying back here, like something like that, or exactly what I want that to look like, but um figure that out as I go. All right, so I know. Let's see. Now, like at this point, he's like powered up, right? So his arm would be all like the reddish, yellowish, like glowy thing going on, and so the way the muscles are done should kind of reflect that. Just black. Where it is on his costume. So he's got the like silver bands down the side, and then it's black, and then like a yellow triangle, from the chest down. So this part obviously here would be yellow. This would be like the black. I gotta figure out like the exact where I want that, but where it makes sense. That might take a couple passes as I look at some uh character pictures so I get the costume right. I probably should have had some sheets, like reference sheets, posted before I started streaming so I wouldn't have to search as I'm going here. But I'm liking how this is coming. I know he's got some kind of neat what's going on here. That arm might need to be bigger. For the perspective to be right. You might want to lower the head like he's really into it. Like in How to Draw the Marble Way, like a book I like lived in when I was a kid. They have that section on dynamic posing and stuff like that. And instead of like punch, you're punching like you over um you know dramatize the pose. So I might want to like he's way down there, like boom, putting all his weight forward, which you don't always want to put all your weight forward when it in the real fight, but like this is comic books. Pretty sure he's got like some neat thing. I'm just looking up. All right, here he is. Yeah. But one thing I would have missed is that the silver thing, like, does that the lines go down there. Hmm. I'm looking at this costume and I'm like, I like it. It has a little bit of a design um similarities to the like Jim Lee Kyle Rayner uh costume. Like not like it's not ribbed, but it's got it's got a similar like a wedge, and then it would be ribbed, on Kyle Rayner. But anyway, all that anyway, I like it. It's cool. I liked that design too. No, not everybody did. For Kyle, that is. Here's the bootstraps along here. I'll make sure I get those. I gotta figure out my head placement, but I do think I'm gonna want it down there somewhere. I do think this arm is like not quite there. Gotta be like, obviously when I tighten it, it'll be better. Closer, closer to where I want it. All right. And then again, trail of energy, boom. And then where we're going there. And you'll see with like the boxes as I'm like starting to layer in like some of the background, I wanted to make sure like they're all kinds of scattered a little bit different way. Like the criminals were in there moving them around, pulling them out. Um, they're all not facing the same way, like lined up like a warehouse would be neat. And I did that for a couple of reasons. One, because it makes sense story wise, they're pulling them out to steal from. But then two, like I don't want the image to be too flat. Like there's this, too simple. I can have like right or wrong, someone will tell me, but I didn't want the image to be too flat. So, I might have some boxes going this way, um, and then a different way, stuff like that. So I really got to decide what I'm gonna do with White Tiger and her second attack. I keep going back and forth. Like, do I want her to like land and then she's throwing another kick with the opposite leg, like I mentioned before, or like I think I tried like some different poses, like kicking straight up, kicking to the side. Do I have her like jumping forward and just like clawing something? Do I do like clawing up? But that's like too opposite of the Luke Cage thing, or I don't want to have like it look um too similar. So I just have to decide like what I really want that to look like. And then the other piece is like, is she kicking the guy in front of her, or like you can see I play with the idea of her like smashing apart one of the guns or something like that instead. Um, and playing with that idea a little bit too. So um, yeah. All right. Let's see. I don't know where I'm gonna go there, so I'm not gonna like jump into that panel just yet because that'll be like a lot of like again keep playing with different poses. So uh, I'll do that offline as I'm like trying to figure out where I want to go. All right, so let's jump up here. I should finish this page out and get or this panel out, this guy fleshed out and done a little bit. I got to add some hands. I gotta fix his weapon, and I gotta like tighten up his muscles on his back and on his and everything like that. So, let's see. Is this panel? Yeah. See, that's why I shouldn't. That's why I should label my stuff. And I'm gonna jump into just some ink. And just you know, I think I can do it. And if I don't, if I can't and I'm not liking it, I'll erase it and then layer in some pencils. But I'm just gonna try like, you know, his ear would be somewhere like that. That's sloppy. I'm gonna have to fix that. I'm also seeing like this shoulder. It's a little bit off. It's a lot off. You know what? Nope, it's not working for me. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna undo everything I just did. I'm gonna take a breath and be smarter and go back to the pencils and clean that up. I'm gonna, gosh, I got a lot of ink in here. You must have to keep that ink because it's got my outline. All right. I gotta get on the right panel though. There we go. Yeah. Right layer, I should say. I'm just gonna open a new layer. I'm gonna pull up a little bit of just um, anatomy sheet here so I can look at some muscles. Let's get this right. That looks hideous. That's okay. It is a start of what am I gonna do? I'm gonna fix that. Sure. So, get the black line going. There we go. Sometimes the easiest thing to do is just layer in the muscles as like loops, like full on. Just what's the muscle group, and then you obviously figure it out as you go. You know, tricep, elbow, this shoulder is like I'm gonna be annoyed having to like redraw that whole thing with him, but all right, it's getting a little bit more like looking like something I can work with as opposed to like complete travesty, which was the first look at it. So we're getting there. I'm probably gonna have to like get rid of all of it, like hide it so I can do that top hand. So I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm gonna look at fixing this gun a little bit. What I want to look like at like it to look like from the bottom. It can't just be a square like it is right now. Though it is kind of you see up here just a nice rectangle, right? So it'll maintain most of that shape. And then you'll see like the Plunderer's got like a bigger, badder version, which will come into play on uh, on the next page. So okay, all right. So we're at just about an hour. So let me just kind of like walk through what my next steps are gonna be, and then we'll end the stream for now, and I'll just keep working. Um, but hours my stream time. So uh, from here, what I got to do is figure out where the baddie is over here, right? Um, make a final decision on the white tiger's pose, and if she's kicking a guy or smashing weapons. Um, I keep going. Part of the reason why I keep going back and forth on that is because it's super easy from like a storytelling standpoint, from to go from that kick to either the claw or the kicks. And going to claw would be nice to show like power of her fighting style, I should say. Um, and I might be able to put like a you know tiger avatar like behind her or something like that, which would be fun. Uh, but I have to find a pose that like works for that box. Since I decided that's how I wanted to arrange my page. Maybe shame on me there. Maybe I locked myself in too soon. Uh, and then so once I get that done, I'll layer in pencils on her, and then I'll jump in on inking, and then which will really tighten everything up. And then final thing is I'll go back and then like adjust some things. Like I want to work on panel two's Luke Cage face, panel two some of the Power Man's face a little bit too, and keep uh fixing tightening up some little things through that. But uh now you know what I'm working on and why I haven't been streaming quite as much, like the character concept stuff like that. Um, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Again, like, subscribe, follow me wherever you can find me: Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, the whole thing. And thanks for your time. And for those of you guys who